I'm here to talk the next half hour about more young readers. And looking at my age, for me, it's a piece of cake. It's easy. It's very easy. You know, we have to think of a few things. This is a Dutch train. You see them using, these are all university students, because they have free public transport in Holland. So they're using all these media. But those newspapers are daily newspapers, but they're all for free. We have 3 daily free newspapers. You also see the format to be tabloid. You know, if you want more young new readers, you know, your tabloid is for grandparents. You know, you can't sit in an Indian bus or in a metro reading this large newspaper. You just can't. We have to understand youngsters. That's the aim. Of course, these are not Indian youngsters. Are they? It never looks like what it is. Are they cheating? Are they discovering? Would you dare to put this photo on the front page of your newspaper? No? Okay. So we are a long way from getting young readers. Would you put this on the front page? My school exams start this week. Are you nervous? No. But my mom and dad are. Is that Indian? Yes. I mean, this is now my 3rd time in India. And I know education and exams is so important for you. You know, half of you guys, you are stressed about exams. So would you write an article on how to cheat during an exam? No, we're not in India. We don't do that. No, we don't do that. Would it be an idea to offer parents the opportunity to give 14-year-olds a subscription as a birthday present? Would that be an idea? My boy, my son, you can pick any newspaper you want, and for your birthday, I give you a subscription. So every day, this boy or this girl gets his or own newspaper delivered. In my country, 1 copy cost 100 rupees. One copy. And I'm told a whole year in India, I know the salaries are a bit different, are between 200 and 400 rupees. Am I right? And when I go in a McDonald's, 20 rupees for a hamburger. So, please exploit this possibility. Because I'm told even for India the newspapers are cheap. Okay. How do we write about youngsters? This morning on the front page of one of your newspapers, caught a boy of 8 years old buying beer. I don't name titles because I was warned. You know, don't mention different titles because it's a battle for life and death in India. One's newspaper success is my failure, and your failure is my success. They told me that about India. I don't believe it, but... So, how do we write about youngsters? Is it ever positive? Look at this boy. He's nice. He's throwing flowers to our queen. This is not a revolution. So, please write about youngsters in a very different way. Look at this one. This is from an Egyptian newspaper. And this is about an international film festival for children. Come on, man. Are we serious? This is about children. And of course, this does not happen in India. Come on, I've seen 20 photos in your newspaper. 20 children and one politician, and you only mention the name of the politician. This is about the children's festival. Wow, how exciting. Yes, I want to read about that. A piece of cake to get more young readers. No problem. But don't do this. Tomorrow I will show Indian examples, by the way. This is our Prime Minister from Holland. You know, and the girls made a poster for him. Only his name is there. Only his name. Because we newspapers, we are institutional. Okay, you fighting life and death in India about titles. So would you like me to tell you what I think is the best newspaper in India? I will not. Because, you know, I have to be your friend for 2 more days. But research shows, this is from Belgium, if you offer young people more than one title, and in Belgium where I live, we offer to the schools all titles, every individual title will profit from these results. Because if youngsters have an idea I can choose, like TV stations, they are far more positive to the newspapers as a whole and later on to the individual choice. So would it not be nice to have a project in India, the Indian Times and the Hindu Times together into a school? Would that be possible? Would it be possible India's going to be World Cup cricket? Could be. Okay, this is my 3rd time in India now. And of course I walk in the streets. Your newspapers are not present. And Anthony told me you hardly sell any copies. All your newspapers are distributed in the streets. Am I right? Through the houses. So in other countries where we have to get more about sales, the newspapers are more present. Or this is a newspaper office also selling cinema tickets. And in South Africa we did an experiment in a shopping center on a Saturday. We got 20 students in, and for 2 hours they walked around in the shopping center with a newspaper. So 10,000 people did see physical newspaper reading done by people. And that shop who sold newspapers sold more newspapers that Saturday than without. Because I know Indian parents are so busy, so I don't know if the children have a chance to see the parents reading a newspaper. Because that's going to be done in the bedroom in India, because I don't know where you get the time from. And then laying in bed with 2 of these large newspapers doesn't look all that comfortable to me. Youngsters like relevance. This is a very small item whereby the newspaper compare the service and the prices of telephone companies. So now you're helping the youngsters. That's the cost per minute. And now you're helping the youngsters to make a right decision about their cell phone. Or, this is in London, this is capital toughest driving centers. So, if you go to this driving center, you have a more chance to pass your driving license. Is this not also very nice information for older readers? This is relevancy. Very simple. A lot of work, by the way. What we did in South Africa, there was a very small newspaper that did not get advertising from the supermarkets. While I was there, I said, okay, let's fight them. You did not have them as an advertiser for the last 7 years. You will not get them for the next 7 years. So journalists went into the shops and compared the prices of these important products. They sold 10% more copies that week of that newspaper. And they did it now for 3 weeks in a row, and now one of the supermarkets phoned them and say, yeah, but we have other prices in the shop than just that. So the owner could say, well, you better advertise in my newspaper. And now's a good chance they will advertise in the newspaper. Be relevant. And this is a shop comparison of every week 50 or 100 articles from 8 shops in that town. And red means it's the most expensive, green means it's the cheapest. And all those 8 shops advertise because they're always the cheapest in something. But don't you think this is a fantastic reader service? And if I was the boss of an Indian newspaper, I would do this with schools. I would compare schools. How much does it cost and success rate and being a bit nasty. A German newspaper, of course we can't do that in India, but compared the quality of dating sites. Because you don't have dating sites in India, do you? You don't have partner sites. If you're looking for a partner in India, you don't go to the web. Am I right? No, of course you do. So, better help your readers on what website I could use and I could go to. Okay, Dutch gentleman in the workshop will fight me tomorrow about that. This is an article about what? What is the subject? Horoscopes. You see? And they use different logos. Not the classical one. But just this routine article about horoscope, this time get more attraction. By a new way of presenting the horoscope signs. Do you see that? This shipping company bought a new ship. And how did they compare that? This is the old ship. So this ship is a lot bigger. It catches your eye. It's a new way of presenting very boring information. And especially youngsters, they want to know, why is this here? And then they find out it's about the size of the ship. Getting more young readers, a piece of cake. This is the ideal layout of a page. Why? Because you, newspaper people, think that people open a newspaper, take an article, and start reading from the beginning till the end.